Hi, my name is Ron Dorn. I'm a professor of physical geography at Arizona State University. And the purpose of this presentation is to give you a feeling for the essence of what the lab is about. Why is the Grand Canyon so grand? I'm going to switch to sharing my screen so we can both have a frame of reference of the geovisualization video game where the topography and the geology is both shown in an amazing geovisualization. So when the game starts, I'm using my mouse to zoom out so I can see the entire scene. Where I am is in this inset map at this little icon here. So let me orient you. This is the Colorado River as it swings through the Grand Canyon. And the default condition for the lab starting up is to show the geologic map in a tiny form. But in this inset map, you can also see a Landsat view of the Grand Canyon, where there's the Kaibab Plateau up here, which is lots of trees, it's very high. And then there's the south rim of the Grand Canyon to the south. So the Grand Canyon goes through, the Colorado River goes through Marble Canyon, and then the little Colorado River joins it, and it has a big southerly bend. And this is the heart of the Grand Canyon where most of the lab is focused. So you can see the geology, just the topography, and the Landsat. And this is where I'm going to stay. You can also change the way in which the game looks by shifting around whether or not you see Landsat and just the Landsat view of the Grand Canyon. But I'm going to go back to the original view or close to it, where you are seeing a shader, which is the triplanar, and then the geology. A little bit darker. This is a view I particularly like. There are a variety of menu settings that you can bring in, but I want to illustrate that you can go between the game mode and the menu by hitting the escape button. So the escape button on your keyboard switches you between manipulating the menu and where you are in the game. So hopefully you can see you're on the just below the north rim of the Grand Canyon, staring at a stratigraphy, and I'm going to spin it around so you can see the Grand Canyon itself. And this very straight feature here is the Bright Angel Fault, where there's Bright Angel Canyon. The essence of the lab is for you to hopefully gain a deeper appreciation for the connection between the rock types and the topography, and at the same time come to understand the time scales of change that produces such an amazing landscape. So the Grand Canyon started to form when the Colorado River initiated through the region about 5 million years ago. So for the last 5 million years, the Colorado River has been incising downward. And at the same time, the Grand Canyon has been widening. And as it's been widening, the layers have been eroding back from the original river. So one of the things I'd like you to do in this lab is to understand the different layers. The instructions for the lab stole this diagram and this graphic from a handbook given to rangers of the Grand Canyon, where you can see the Kaibab Formation forms the plateau. It's a limestone with a light blue color in the game. The Toroweap Formation is underneath the Kaibab. So I'm now manipulating the key of the Kaibab, the Toroweap, the Coconino. By the way, the colors came from the U.S. Geological Survey geologic map. It was not made up by us or by Two Bend Coppers. So this is the Coconino Formation, or the sandstone here. Then comes the Hermit, and then a complicated series of group called the Supai group. This purple thing here is the Redwall limestone. This buff tan colored thing underneath it is the mauve limestone. This gray material here is the Bright Angel shale. And then this gold material here is the Tapete sandstone. This is what is called the Paleozoic era rock types that you see in the Grand Canyon: the red wall, the mauve, the bright angel, and the tapetes. The reason why you see more formations here than you see in the key in the graphic that I stole from the ranger training is because formations move in and they move out. And the ones you see in this graphic and the PDF file are just the main ones that you'll encounter in the game and in the Grand Canyon. So the essence of the lab is that you not only come to recognize these formations as your friend, but you come to understand that they're key to understanding how the Grand Canyon formed. Let me bring you in a fast travel menu down to what's called Granite Gorge in the center of the Grand Canyon. I'm now in the middle of Granite Gorge, down in the canyon. Here's the Colorado River, and notice that there's a platform down in the Grand Canyon called the Tonto Platform. The essence of the game is really something as simple as why this platform exists and why there's this deep gash down the bottom in the deep inner gorge of the Grand Canyon, and then why are the cliff faces retreating back? It's as simple as just the weak chain in the link. The Bright Angel Shale here is nothing more than compressed mud. It erodes very fast. So when it erodes fast, it undermines the mauve and the red wall limestone that form these cliff faces. So it's really the rapid erosion of this weak rock that allows the canyon walls to erode back. And way down deep in the canyon here are much, much older rock types. You won't need these other aspects of the geologic key very much, called the Paleo Proterozoic era way down here, but these rock types here are the purple Vishnu schist and super old granite that are very resistant, very hard rock types, and it's taking the Colorado River a long time to carve through them. So the essence of the game is for you to understand, why is the Grand Canyon so grand? And it's because it's a marvelous mix of rock type, their resistance, the length of time that the Grand Canyon has had to erode, not very much, geologically speaking, of about 5 million years, and how this all works together. This is just an introductory class. We assume absolutely no prior knowledge on your part, other than a willingness to explore and learn, and hopefully appreciate the canyon when you revisit it or when you visit it for the first time. Enjoy.